Hey guys, it's Luca from Learning MTG, and I wanted to make a video about this new deck in Pauper. So, in a way, it's not really a new deck. If anyone played Pauper like 10 years ago, you would have known that this kind of shell existed. You know, you had Lotus Petal, you have Chromatic Sphere, Chromatic Star, Cabal Ritual, and Dark Ritual to make more mana, along with Rite of Flame. And then you have draw spells like Night's Whisper and Sign in Blood. And then what you used to do is you used to win with Grape Shot. Um, they banned Grape Shot, or you could play Empty the Warrens. Did they also ban Empty the Warrens? Let's see. Pauper ban list. So yeah. So basically, for those who don't play a lot of Pauper, you have to ban every card that has Storm on it, right? Storm is like way too good in Pauper. Um, So you've got Empty the Warrens is banned, you've got Grape Shot is banned, and you've got Temporal Fissure. There may be some other Storm cards that are kind of like more innocuous. I think there's like a Storm card where you like search your library for a land and basic land and put it in your hand or something. That's okay. Um, but basically, Storm is like really difficult to interact with in Pauper. There's lots of fast mana in Pauper. And there's no effects that are like counter target triggered ability or fluster storm or any of that. I mean there is actually like a 4 mana. There's a 4 mana storm counter spell, but it's like a 4 mana fluster storm. It's just not realistic. So I'm like, okay, let me build this deck and see how it goes. And I played one match, and I'm like pretty confident this deck is gonna get banned. So enjoy it while it lasts, guys. So here's the first game I played. And I'm playing against a deck that doesn't really have great interaction. They don't have counter spells, but even like a single counter spell is not going to stop a Storm deck at all. Actually, probably the best way to stop Storm in Pauper would be to have some kind of way to mess with the lands, like land destruction, and a fast clock. A fast clock is really important. So I had to mulligan to 5. I was basically looking for lands. So I kept a hand of Geothermal Crevice, Sulfur Vent, Chatterstorm, Sign and Blood, Manamorphose. My opponent's on red-white, like mid-range. Should be a pretty good matchup. They really have like one relevant card in the matchup. They have Prismatic Strands. So Prismatic Strands, um, it basically prevents all damage from a certain color. So they can prevent all my damage. But the problem is like even if they do that, I still have a bunch of squirrels in play. So I should mention like the combo. So it's basically a 2 card combo. You play first day of class. So whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control this turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it and it gains haste. And also learn, but I think the learn is fairly irrelevant. And then Chatterstorm makes a squirrel token storm. So basically, you play first day of class, then you play Chatterstorm, and then for every storm, you get a 2/2 haste. So it's not hard to get 10, 20 2/2 hasters, which, you know, even if they can play Prismatic Strands, and even if they can kind of like fog me for a turn, they're still gonna die to. You need to have a way to clear all the creatures, and in Pauper, there's usually not very good ways to clear lots of creatures. Like Crypt Rats is one of the few ways to sweep up creatures that have more than one toughness, or like Evankar's Justice. So yeah, really, this should be a fantastic matchup, really. So I Night's Whisper on turn 3. He taps out for Squadron Hawk. And that's the thing with Pauper, right? Pauper, you don't have rares, so you don't have like super powerful effects. So usually the games are kind of like grindy. You like 2-for-1 them here, they 2-for-1 you here. You play your Squadron Hawk, you slowly accrue value, which, you know, it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight when you're playing against a combo deck that can just end the game instantly. It doesn't matter that you can accrue this value slowly with your Squadron Hawks over time. You're just gonna die in one hit. So my opponent attacks me, and I just kind of test the waters. I'm like, okay, can I go off with this? So these lands sack for 2 mana, so I basically have like 4 mana for my lands, Dark Ritual, Sign in Blood, and I just go through my deck. I don't think there's a way. Oh yeah, I can go step by step like this. Okay, so I Rite of Flame, I Manamorphose, I play Cabal Ritual, Sign in Blood, Rite of Flame, and I can use Shred Memory to find either half the combo that I'm missing. Manamorphose, and you guys get the gist. Chromatic Star. And then I use the Shred Memory to find First Day of Class, and then I play First Day of Class into Chatterstorm. And this, in a way, it's almost more powerful than Grape Shot, because Grape Shot you need like 20 Storm to kill them. Although if I had Grape Shots in my deck, I could have Shred Memory for the second Grape Shot. But the thing that's really nice about this version of the deck is like now I just have, I'm gonna make 11 2/2s, right? And it just, what are they gonna do against 11 2/2s? Even if they have, you know, some way to survive for a turn, there's just no coming back from that. So that was game 1, and then game 2 is even more impressive because I didn't mull to 5. So turn 1 Thraben Inspector, I play Peat Bog, plays Boros Garrison, attacks for 1. I use the Peat Bog to Sign in Blood, and then I have to discard the hand size. Play Faithless Looting. Okay, so this is his interaction. He discards 2 Prismatic Strands, and he has a Thraben Inspector in play. So he can survive an extra turn, but it turns out that it doesn't matter. So this is good. It's better than having no interaction, but it's not really going to help him unless he has some way to kill all my stuff. So yeah, same deal, just kind of go off. I think I draw like, almost go through half of my deck. Cabal Ritual is really, really good, because it's just like always 2 mana, make 5 mana. So now I've got 2 Chatterstorms and a First Day of Class, and I'm looking for my Flaring Pain actually. So I side in 1 Flaring Pain so that can stop Prismatic Strands, but I don't think you need the Flaring Pain. So I choose to play 2 First Day of Class and a Chatterstorm, so now I'm going to create 17 3/3s with haste. And really, I think his only outs are to burn me out here. I was thinking about whether or not I should keep using Night's Whisper or not. So if he's got like a couple Galvanic Blasts, you know, he could kill me from here, but yeah, he just scooped to this. So that was my first match playing this deck. You know, if I had to guess, I think this deck is pretty broken, probably really difficult to interact with, probably going to kind of warp the format, and you know, I don't see why they wouldn't ban Chatterstorm. Actually, when I first saw this card, I was thinking like, okay, this is going to get banned from Pauper. So, yeah, I mean, if every other Storm card basically is banned, why wouldn't they ban this one? So yeah, so I guess that's the moral of the story. Chatterstorm likely to get banned in Pauper, but until it gets banned, this is kind of maybe just a lot of free wins. I don't know. I mean, people will find ways to interact, but it will be very difficult. So yeah, I just thought I'd shoot this video. Hope you guys enjoy this video, and hope to see you guys in the next video.